Daniel Stein, 71 years old, loved going to synagogue and playing with his 7-month-old grandson. He was incredibly active in the synagogue community, where he was a mentor, provided services to the elderly community, and served as president of the congregation.
God, full of compassion, who dwells on high, grant perfect rest under the wings of the divine presence.
Brothers Cecil Rosenthal, 59, and David Rosenthal, 54, never missed a service and were always at the synagogue because it was a place they felt the most safe. David was so kind and had such a gentle spirit, while Cecil's laugh was infectious. They had a love for life and for those around them, and they looked out for one another.
They were inseparable, with a strong faith and respect for everyone, and were a fixture in the Jewish community and at Tree of Life. When it came time to take the Torahs out at Tree of Life services, Cecil always stepped forward to carry it with David right behind him.
V'ta'amod l'chol Yisrael zuchutam, v'yamdu l'goralam l'keitz hayamin, v'nomar amen.
Richard Gottfried, aged 65, was a successful dentist and a former president of the Tree of Life congregation. He is survived by his wife Margaret, who is also a dentist. The couple had worked together at the Squirrel Hill Medical Centre's dental clinic, where they treated refugees and immigrants. His wife said, "Do not let his death be in vain. Drive out evil from your own life and help another to drive it out of their life. The only way to combat evil is with love." Hamtse menucha nechona tachat knafei hashkina.
Irving Younger, 69, a father to Jordana and Jared, and grandfather to Jaden, was a regular volunteer and worshipper at the Tree of Life Synagogue. Mr. Younger's wife of 27 years, Sherry, died in 2007 from complications from diabetes. They were so in love, said his daughter. She was the love of his life. The son of 2 Holocaust survivors, the former small business owner and youth baseball coach, was always trying to help people and never had an unkind word to say about anybody. Holech tamim ufoel tzedek udover emet bilvavo.
Dr. Jerry Rabinowitz, 66 years old, was killed when he ran outside to help the wounded. He was a loving and compassionate physician, described by many of his former patients as a hero and as a person who held a lamp up that lit the way for others.
ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתם, אדוני הוא נחלתם. וינוחו בשלום על משכבם, ונאמר אמן.
Melvin Wax, 88, was a fixture of the congregation and was known for being one of the few people who always showed up to services early. He was leading services for the New Light congregation in the basement of the Tree of Life when he was shot. Mr. Wax had one daughter, Jody Cart, and one grandson, Matthew Ryan. Friends recall that he was always ready with a joke. Ba'avur shekol ha'kehela mitpalalim be'ad hazkarat nishmatam.
Joyce Feinberg, 75, a former research specialist at the University of Pittsburgh, left behind 2 sons and 6 grandchildren. Her most important relationships were the ones she had with her grandchildren, who range in age from 15 to 8.
Her daughter-in-law, Marnie Feinberg, recalls that Joyce made a point of mastering social media very early so that she could stay in touch with her grandchildren. Her brother, Robert Liebman, said that she was the most tolerant and gentle person that he had ever known.
B'mahalot kiddushim, hu tehorim v'giborim, k'zohar hara, kia mazrim.
Sylvan Simon, 86, and his wife Bernice Simon, 84, were killed in the same synagogue where they married in December 1956 in a candlelit ceremony. Sylvan was a military veteran and retired accountant, and Bernice had worked as a nurse. A loving couple, they held hands and always smiled.
The whole family, including their 6 grandchildren, had plans to meet at the home of Sylvan and Bernice to celebrate their daughter Michelle's birthday. Marissa Simon and their granddaughter said of her bubba Bernice, "It's so hard to believe that she will never again take my hand and ask me, 'Do you know how much we love you?'" Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai, mi yagur alecha, mi yishkon behar kochecha.
Rose Malinger, 97 years old, was the oldest of the victims. Rose was a pillar of the Jewish community and the Tree of Life Synagogue, which she was a part of for over 6 decades. The synagogue was the centre of her very active life. She was there every weekend. She had 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild.
Began Eden, Tehi Menuchatam, Lachen, Pachal, Harachamim, Yastirim, Besete, Knafav, Leolamim.
We promise we will never forget you. Yehi Zichram Baruch.